I haven't had time to look at the entirety of this decision, but I am being told by a producer here that Aereo, it has been found by the Supreme Court, did violate broadcasters' copyrights. So a huge win for broadcasters here. It was a 6-3 decision that broadcasters' copyright laws were violated. So, again, big win for broadcasters, big loss for Aereo, and some would argue a big loss for cloud computing. What does this mean for the future of the cloud? So that was some of the big back and forth. And again, to back this up a little bit, the Aereo business model, they argued, was perfectly legal because it's based on tiny antennas, dime-sized antennas. They're charging in about a dozen different markets, people about $8 a month to retransmit broadcast programming. Broadcasters, of course, make billions of dollars, $3.3 billion last year in those retransmission fees. This would have called that into question. Now, it looks like that structure's safe.
Megan, one thing to point out, we're going to have to obviously read through the details, read through the ruling and find out what kind of an impact it does have on, or collateral impact it might have on cloud computing. I suspect we never know. Sometimes the justices thread the needle fairly carefully. But 6-3 is important, isn't it? Because this was not a 5-4 decision. Justice Samuel Alito initially recused himself, then was back in the case, and now we have a fairly decisive ruling from the Supreme Court.
You know, and it's interesting, I, again, haven't been able to see the breakdown yet, but Chief Justice Roberts, during the arguments, made the case that Aereo, or seemed to indicate that he felt that Aereo was really trying to use a loophole here to get around copyright law. So I have to wonder if that got some of the other justices on board with that line of thinking, that this was, Aereo was trying to use sort of a sneaky way to skirt copyright law and circumvent the broadcasters' rights.